Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Banks on another episode of the PowWow. What's cracking,
Hey, what
AI?
up? What up? How we doing? How we doing? We good?
All
Let's go.
right. And someone's got the sound on.
And it's off.
So we've got somebody in the building today, man. Now, I've been a fan of you for a while, bro, because you've always stayed in your lane and done your own thing. And even when people would sit there and say, like, this isn't your lane, like, you stuck to it, bro, which is one of the big reasons why you're still here today.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I'm still here today, man. I just didn't give up, and you don't let people break your soul, bro.
Yes, sir.
So without any further ado, we got Wolfmane in the building. What's cracking, bro?
Oh, what up, y'all? What up,
What up?
podcast fam? What up, Native Brand? How y'all doing, man?
We're doing well, man. Thanks for stopping in and being a part of this, dude. You know, I know
of course.
you've got an event going on this Friday down at Madison Live, which is super dope, man. That's something that Andrew's been working with and being able to take over. And then Native got tied into it too,
Yes, sir.
guilty by association. So that's incredible that we get to be a part of all these.
It helps the show.
events.
It helps everything. Everyone wins with it, man.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. So you got an event going on down there this Friday,
Yep.
but this isn't your first show, man. You've been a part of the scene for a long time, especially when it comes to like Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati. You know, and you've been putting out these music videos too, man. We were actually trying to get it set up where you can see it. We'll put a link below so you can actually check out Wolfmane's new music video, Hibiscus, because, bro, that song is ridiculous. Not only is the song ridiculous, the video itself is fire too, man.
So far.
Yeah,
Thank y'all.
and that was actually done with one of your local videographers, right? Who shot that for you?
The good homie of mine, Chris Wise, aka Wise Words. We've been, you know what I mean, working together for about 3 years now, man. Like, I just love his work ethic. I just love his mentality, and then we just like, you know what I mean, when we just match each other's workflow. It's real nice. It's just like a great chemistry. You know what I mean? We can literally just talk without even having to talk. You know what I mean? I can look at him and I can know what he's thinking. He can do the, you know what I mean, vice versa with me as well.
That's always good to have, man, when you got that type of relationship, especially with somebody on the other end of the camera, right? Because it's really hard to portray, like, I want this scene to look like this, and then like for him to be able to paint that scene with his camera is it's not an easy task to do, man. That's why there's not too many people that are able to do it. So shout out to Chris, man. He's been pumping music videos out for, you know, the streetwear scene, for Jay Sal, for you, for a long time, man. And he's
yes, sir.
He's gotten really, really good in the past couple of years, man.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Shout out Wise Words, man.
Yeah, bro.
I've worked with a lot of producers and music video, like, different guys that even they're not just producers, they just ideas. They come up with, like, you know, the storyboard and whatnot. And Chris is up there, man. He's solid. Everything I see him release, it's
coming through.
Everything I see him release is like, it's solid content, it's classy, it's clean as well. Like everything about it is just, it's good work, dude, from top to bottom.
Thanks, yo.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't know anything about him, right? You know, I was like, you know, everyone's journey's different, and we have different paths. You know, you never cross paths, and so you do, and you're like, dude, we can work, right? He's one of those guys that I definitely could see myself, like, you know, gravitating toward.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to make some kind of content for the store or anything like that, right?
His level of professionalism is just so nice. Like, every day, like, he'll send me like video, like, inspirations or influences, and we do the same thing. Like, we always like to see, like, the creative director side of things, or, like, you know, the different perspectives, or how we can change something with, like, minimal lighting or more lighting. You know what I mean? Just like the small quirks, like the small details that you can actually just, like, you know what I mean, paint so many pictures with so, like, less material. You don't need that much as most people think.
It's true. It's true. You can do a lot with little.
Yeah.
You can literally do a whole music video in one room. I mean, Joyner Lucas did it. He did a whole video in one room and made the whole thing super dope.
Right.
Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts, but, like, you don't need a lot of space. You just have to be creative and break it down to, like, what the audience is seeing and how you deliver. You know what I mean? Delivery is everything.
Yes,
Execution is so important. And even if it's just one room, one scene, I mean, if you have a green screen, even better. You know what I mean?
That's a great word. You say execution, because I feel like that's what we've been doing lately, man. We've been just attacking it. We create the treatment, we execute, and then we just follow through with everything. You know what I mean? Accordingly, like, just do it exactly how we would want everyone else. We do our videos how we would want everyone else to do their own videos, and vice versa. So it's kind of multi-dimensional.
Yeah, you do your own wish list, which you would want to happen. So you have all that creative control. and it lets you be your true self. And that's what we're trying to see. I mean, as you know, people are taking content, right? Like if you're watching videos and stuff, I don't want to see something that's manufactured and that's not real. I want to see who they are, because when it comes down to it, like, let's say I get the opportunity to get to know this artist, and I find out this artist is nothing like their video portrayed. Let's say they're throwing money and all this girls and everything in the videos, and you're like, man, you're not even like that. Like, why are you putting that out there like that? I guess it's cool, but like, you're the type of dude that wants to big chill with his friends, and why don't you show that? Why don't you show the homies just hanging out eating pizza and playing video games on a, on a weekend night, rather than being out and getting, trashed or whatever you're doing. Like, there's so much portrayal, and it's all about perception. Perception is reality,
it really
right?
is.
Right? So, like, people see stuff on the internet. They see it as a certain way. And if you portray yourself to be this certain way, people are going to throw their energy like that at you. And if that's not your vibe, then why put it out there?
Yeah, and then that's how you get called out. It's how you get exposed. It's how you get your, your name ran through the mud, because you're fabricated.
Yeah.
And it's all, especially with the hip-hop culture, like, that's corny.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, or any culture.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean? Like,
you don't need to be something you're not. Just be your authentic self.
Exactly.
There's enough lanes in this universe, in this world that we live in, to be your authentic self.
For sure.
And just go just as far as anyone else. Look at Lil Dicky.
Yep, exactly.
He's a perfect example. We were watching this video earlier. He is the perfect example of being your authentic self.
Yep.
For better or worse, he's just who I am. I am what I am.
Yep.
Take it or leave it. And Snoop Dogg obviously recognized, and people recognize. So you can go as far as you want. I mean, it's just, remember Froggy Fresh?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was himself. Like, even though he may not have got to Lil Dicky's level, but he was still himself,
like,
man.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme. Right. But like, that's the thing is, he's authentic.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I look for as a consumer of content. So like, I'm taking it in. I'm like, is this how the person really is? I could vibe with him, but you might find out somebody is nothing like they are, and then it takes everything out, and before you know it, the internet's a powerful place, and people find out.
There's a certain like juxtaposition with like just being yourself and just like self-depreciation humor. You know what I mean? How like you're able to make fun of yourself, and then anyone else can too, and they confide with that because you are yourself, and they don't have to feel like there's a certain level of expectations being met or anything. You can just, you know what I mean, just free your mind. You can talk how you want. You can do whatever you want, and people really are going to just like gravitate towards something like that because it's like, it's a fresher breath air. It's, you know what I mean? It's like not something that's here all the time. So whenever they do see that, it's like, aha, you get that like eureka moment. Like, I've been looking for someone like this.
Exactly. People should live that their everyday lives and in the content they create. Just be yourself. Everyone's trying, or not everyone, obviously. We don't know who is doing what, but like a lot of people I've noticed that are like, they just agree with whatever you say. No, give me a little pushback. Disagree. That's fine. We can have a conversation. We don't have to agree on everything. I don't care if it's politics or religion or whatever else is out there. Sports teams, whatever. Everyone's got their own thing. Like, I got sports on my chest right now. Like, I'm technically a Rams fan. I was supporting my Bengals. They're my two teams, but like happens to be the Super Bowl. This is kind of my year. Right. Whatever. Low key about it, because of course the Bengals we needed that. We wanted that win, right? But I'm a Rams fan since back I was 11 years old. I've been a Rams fan my whole life. Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Kurt Warner. Yeah, eventually became Mark Bolger. Eventually took Kurt Warner's spot. Like, all these guys I was a fan of at such a young age. Playing the Super Bowl now, they were in the Super Bowl a few years ago. They lost, but like it was a cool moment for me. Like, low key, but like everyone's on the Bengals train, of course. We're there, yeah. But it's just with sports, like, be honest with life, be honest with content, be honest who you are. Because there's a place for everybody. The world's huge, man. It's a vast galaxy that we live in. We're a little dot, you know.
Yeah.
So just be yourself, and there's a place. But you definitely gotta work for it though. And like, as you are, you know what I mean. You are yourself, and you're working, and you're grinding, and you're putting it out there. Eventually, you're gonna be there. You're just gonna be wherever you wanna position yourself.
Yeah.
But this time right now is critical, and you are being yourself. And I can tell. We've known each other for a while, and what I see in those videos and what I see in person aligns, and that's huge, man.
Thanks, man.
Mad respect, man.
Appreciate that.
Seriously,
man.
Absolutely, for sure. 100%.
I love just knowing that like my words and my actions just correspond with each other. So like people know that they can, you know what I mean. They can confide with me. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm just myself, and that's kind of the message I want to spread. You know what I mean? Like, I came up from you know what I mean, like depression in my younger days, and now I'm trying to like let people know, like, you know what I mean, like we can get over that. Like, there's like literally there's room for growth. Like,
there is room for growth. because you're gonna grow. You know what I mean? And your content,
and people are gonna grow with me.
Yep.
And they're
as a creator, you're gonna grow with your content. You're gonna release stuff that matches where you're at, matches the energy that you're releasing, you know, into the world. Because, I mean, obviously, energy is a broad term for what you're putting out. You know what I mean? Like, but energy is something so important. If you're into, like, let's say you're into athletics and sports, you're gonna put out that kind of like thought process of competitor and, you know, whatever. And if you're, let's say you're into the arts, you know what I mean, you're gonna put out, I want colors, I want this, I want that. Yeah. You mean, it's just, and you're a colorful human, right? You got a little bit of everything going for you, man.
I consider myself pretty funky, man.
Sure,
I like wearing the vibrant colors and just
expressing, man.
Being an individual, man. Like I said, just being eccentric and just wearing, like, you know, like the colors like on my sleeve, just. Yeah, like let your freak flag fly, pretty much.
Right.
Have you always been that way? Have, like, even since you were a kid, have you always just done your own style? And that's awesome, man. You can tell that shines through, man, because you've always worn your own thing. Where whether it looks like you go, you know, thrift shopping or whatever, bro, but like you've always rocked it. Same thing with me, man. I've even in high school and you know I would always just wear my own thing and. I got made fun of a lot, bro. The first, you know, actually when I moved from Chicago to here, you know, they try to tear me down real quick, bro.
Oh yeah, they try to chop you like a tree, man.
Yeah, because they don't understand, they don't get it, but
they never will.
But I you know, I stood strong and stayed my ground, and I didn't know it at the time that I wanted to be a clothing designer or a fashion designer, bro. But like, you know, kept with it, and all of a sudden I started just sliding down that slope and finding myself, and you know, it's a sad day when you see like that video of the kid that dressed up as Iron Man. You know, did you see he got dressed up as Iron Man and went to school?
And they flamed him.
Yeah, and then so like by like lunchtime, he had on like the little fake goatee and the glasses, and the hair was spiked.
It was already off.
Yeah, and he was only like 10 to 12 years old, right? Like one of those things where like this is his big moment. And by lunchtime, you know, they didn't even want to. He didn't even want to wear it anymore, man. So it ended up breaking his heart. And that was one of those things that goes viral online. And then if you get a million adults that go, hey, you know, you keep being that Iron Man, bro. You know what I mean? Keep being that Tony Stark. That was Tony Stark, not Iron Man. He was dressed as Tony Stark. That's who it was. But it's just one of those things, man. Like that kid right there, man. You can't let it break your soul, bro. And that's you know, same thing with you, dude. Like you've always had that style, that eccentric style. And you actually said that, like, when you sat down, I was like, you know, explain yourself, like, in a couple words. Yeah. And the first word that came to your mind was eccentric, and that's right, bro. Like, and you know what the dope thing is? My very first clothing brand was called Eccentric Clothing.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I spelled it different though, and it's like that was like rule number 1 is like never.
Oh yeah.
Never spell something that they can't figure out. So like I spelled eccentric, XSINTRYK. And no one got it, bro.
Google is your nightmare at that point.
Yeah,
you can't get found anywhere. Yeah.
So
yeah, you might as well go with the basic as possible to get found, get the top of the list. But I mean, that's a cool name though. I mean, it's still cool. I mean, if you weren't worried about the Google searches, that's what I would go with.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. That was like pre-knowing what I know now, right? Like on how I got lucky on a couple things. Like I really wanted to make sure that I spelled the Native brand all one word, no spaces. Yep. And so by that time now it's so much easier to find it because you know when you're typing in the word then, like it'll like you know then, it'll start like populating it for you, right?
Yeah, like you go to SEO, you get to the top of the
and that was before hashtags too, man. So it was like, you know, before hashtags came out, there was no spaces, so you wouldn't want like the _native_brand, but
they said hashtags have like lost their power.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So it's like
it's almost like looks like corny for people or something. Looks like you're like doing too much or something.
So they've actually changed the algorithm of it too, where they like Instagram's actually gone through where you don't get as many. They say you don't, and it's not as useful as it is. And they say instead of posting the max of like 25, now you only want to do like 7 to 12. But at the end of the day, man, if you're trying to get people to search your stuff,
what other way do you have? Like, I mean, that's they've built the system of that's how it works. So like, why would they take away
something that they built? Yeah,
exactly.
That works well to really narrow down what you're trying to search for.
It puts everything in a pocket. Like literally, I have my daughter Charlie, I have her of a hashtag.
Yeah.
Charlie is the bug.
Yeah.
And if you want to see all her pictures, click on the hashtag, and I've got everything there.
Yeah.
It's for my personal use, really.
Right.
I mean, it's not something
Of
to
course.
gain like followers, but like it's where I can put all her stuff and everyone can see stuff. Like, and I love that. I love being able to do that with the internet. But they're taking away. So like, I guess now, when you go to the hashtag, the top post, it doesn't go in like order. It's just randomized, so it's not. You can't get as much traction if you post at a certain time of the day and all that. The algorithm has changed so much, so we're all adjusting. You know, everyone in the content creation world is adjusting and pivoting to the next step that we're entering, which seems to be the TikTok world. It seems to be TikTok that's going to be
I've noticed that too,
foreseeable future for everybody. Because the young generation, like, you got a TikTok, ask me right away. I'm like, well, I have one, but I don't post on it.
Right.
That's okay. You follow me? I'll follow you. That's cool, man.
Right.
I'll follow. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like.
We already had that convo that one kid that came in here, man. Like, literally, bro, like, redneck to the bone, and he had like 11,000 followers on TikTok, and he thought he was so much cooler than the store. It was so much cooler than the store, bro. He was like, oh, you got a podcast? Like, yeah, you know, we go live on YouTube, social media, all that good stuff, Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify. He's like, how many followers you got? Like, I don't know, man. Depends. Like, you know, I think on YouTube, I think we're at like maybe 150 followers or something. He's like, I've got 11,000 on TikTok. I'm like, that's cool, bro. Like,
good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good job. You
get 90,000 more, and then we'll interview you. What do you think?
Yeah.
I should have told him that.
That would
give him
been
something
fair.
to strive for, because
Yeah,
at that
literally.
point. But you know what? You never know, bro. You never know when these people come in who they are. Like, we had the original store. This kid came in.
Yep.
His mom was like, "Hey, he's a YouTuber." Like, if
they played that off.
yeah,
They kinda
they
played that off.
played it off
They
big
kinda
time,
played
because
that
like it was
off,
at the
yeah.
end, like they were already checking out, like, and she was like, "Hey, he's like got an Instagram account. If he posts or tags anything, you know, can you give him some stuff for free?" And I was like, "Oh my God, if I had a dollar for every time, like I wouldn't have to do this." And I literally told her, I was like, "I'm sorry, like if I did that to everybody that came through, like I wouldn't have much of a business." I was like, "But I'll give you guys a discount for sure, and like, you know, I'd love to collaborate on some stuff." And then he posts a photo of him on the Ferris wheel wearing with the white sweatshirt with the native logo on it. Got 15,000 likes in the first like hour, bro.
Okay.
And all of a sudden I'm sweating in his DMs like, "Hey buddy, hey, how long you in town for, man? You want to come back and see me?"
Right.
Like,
yeah.
So a shout out to Hayden Haas, man. And it was funny too, because like I've got a stepdaughter who's 12 going on 13. She's right there in the TikTok like saga, that whole nine. And I was like, yeah, like some kid came in and I met him and I showed a picture. She goes, "Oh my God, is that Hayden?" I'm like, "Oh shit, you know who he is too?" I really messed up on this one.
Saw it on the
He's
wound
got
there.
clout, huh?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh my God, he's part of the Piper Squad." Like all these, there's like a group of like, they're literally like 90210, like, you know, that small group of like 90210, the TV show.
The clicky, yeah.
It's like, just imagine those people, but as 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like they're literally like the Piper gang or whatever they're called.
cool.
Like that's literally them out in LA, just taking photos and living their lives, man. Just hanging out at the pit. What was the name of that? You guys don't even know, man. I'm stretching here.
All different content houses, and yeah, like that's what they do nowadays. Like literally all like we're just like young as hell. We'll just they already have the money and the means and the resources. Their families are obviously already behind it and pushing the same narrative as well. So it's just easy for them just to come along and live together, and they create content every day, and they literally just like create like a community behind that content, and they push each other every day.
That's how they do it, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and also shout out to the parents for letting them do it.
Yeah,
man,
for real. Shout out to them parents that, you know what I mean, really just like push their kid just to do what they want and just never.
How hard is that at this day and age, man? Because it's like, you know, parents need something tangible, right? Like they're, you know, we. Sorry about all this noise over here. I'm trying to set my Instagram back up. But you know, the parents, they've got, you know, this situation where they work hard. They need, you know, they get a paycheck and it's like $700. You know, it's like, man, you know, I've got kids out there that are killing it with TikToks and making money hand over fist on it. And it's like, you know, at what point do you let your kid get into that realm I mean, it's like as long as they're getting good grades and as long as they're keeping their head on the shoulder. Because, like, I can see the first thing happening with a kid is the same thing, like that kid coming in and getting a head on his shoulder, all of a sudden being like, you know, I've got 11,000 followers. Who are you? And he's like, I'm Carl Linder. I own the Reds. You know, well, how many followers do you have, Carl?
The 11,000 guy was bragging. The other one was so nonchalant. I mean, I was standing right there for
him. He didn't say anything.
Didn't say anything about it. That mom was like just hyping him, like not even hyping him, just saying like, "Hey,
I'm a tag Hayden Haas, man. Yeah, Hayden, we're talking about you right now, bro.
Hey, what up, man? Yeah,
what's up, Hayden?
Yeah, he it was just so low key, and turns out he is definitely not low key.
My question is, at what point does the kid become the breadwinner, and the parent, you know, and the parents like feel like, okay, the kid's, you know what I mean, doing better, doing more financially than me, like. Does he have more power over, you know what I mean, our like, you know what I mean, our family, like, because that's got to be a thing, right? Because like we said, like these
always, bro, it's definitely a thing.
These parents are like busting their balls and they're barely making ends meet, and these kids are just so young and they understand the algorithm at such a young age that, like, you know what I mean, they're able to capitalize, you know what I mean, and then create leverage just through social media, and at that point they're getting branding deals, you know what I mean, they're getting sponsorships, like. How does like a parent be able to be like, okay, yeah, this is my 12-year-old son. He's pretty much the boss. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, at that point they really are. If they're able to provide that much for their family,
yeah, exactly.
And they're an influencer, right? If they're an influencer, I feel like you definitely are. An influencer can really change the trajectory of everything because once you're in, then Pepsi takes notice, right? And then Mountain Dew or you know, Monster energy drink or Red Bull, or you know, somebody else will take notice because that influencer, that just the Instagram, not TikTok. We're not talking Facebook or anything. We're talking Instagram alone. If you're posting something and you're getting 15, 20,000 likes within like the few hours, your family's definitely going to recognize it, and if they can see the value, then you become the boss.
Yeah, they're taking the back seat.
Exactly. You know, mom and dad have been providing everything forever, and now the kid's like, now you got Pepsi sending a letter in the mail, like to the parents of, because he's what, 14 or 15. They're not legally able to do anything. You know,
he used to go to bed at 9. Now he gets to stay up till 12.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. playing his video games or whatever he's
Twitch,
in.
Whatever.
Right,
man.
exactly.
Like, that's his income. That's their income, man.
That happened for a minute though with Justin Bieber, right?
Oh
like he was like had an allowance like through his parents, like he was making all that cash, and you know, I mean, like, somebody like him, bro, it's like, man, how do you go from like pulling that balloon down?
Yeah, how do you govern that?
Yeah, how do you govern that for real, bro? And like shout out to Bieber, bro, because he's, you know, he's obviously the most popular human on the planet.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. He's the white Michael Jackson.
If not the most like talented. You know what I mean. The kid was like playing drums 3-4 years old.
Yeah,
you know I mean?
bro.
I don't know all, like, you know what I mean. His background with musical instruments. I just know the kid plays like, you know what I mean, 12 damn instruments or something crazy.
Yeah,
like more than like the average man's. Like,
and he's got a great head on his shoulders, bro.
Yeah.
For being as badass as he is, man. Like, you know, he's just he's always out having a good time with his wife, just, you know, just kicking it, bro. Just enjoying life.
He was put in the limelight very early.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's few people we got Justin Bieber, we got like LeBron James. There's people out that are sticking the limelight just really early, and then put on the front of Sports Illustrated or whatever, you know, top 50 richest people or whatever the case may be. They're at young ages. They're there like having to be in this like this level of like there's expectation. There's expectation, and they have to live up to it on a daily basis because they got photographers following them. They're on podcasts. They're doing everything all the time, and they're not even like they haven't lived any life. They've just the internet caught wave. They're a really good singer. Justin's got all the talent in the world. Obviously, we know that. I mean, he started on YouTube drums. He's just drumming on YouTube and whatever. Like, come on, man. YouTube brought you to the top, the peak, all because of just a social media that, you know, and that is what's amazing about all of it is because the possibilities are endless. Oh, yeah. You can be the next Justin Bieber. You can be the next, like, opportunity.
That's why there's so many artists nowadays. Every day, you know what I mean. You're hearing about, you know, even our town, like in Cincinnati, you're hearing about 10 new artists that you know what I mean, just come out the woodwork and then don't have any experience, but just the fact that, you know, their community, their friend circle, or like people they know, you know what I mean, they're skyrocketing past people, you know what I mean, such like myself that's been, you know what I mean, working for like 8 years plus, you know what I mean, doing live shows for probably about 4 or 5 years now, like professionally. So it's just like really just like it's a numbers game, man. Is it luck or is it, you know what I mean? Is it just is it the stars? Is it like hard work, dedication? Like, you know what I mean? It's a formula of it all. It's like
combination of everything.
It's
honestly.
a convoluted. Yeah, it's convoluted.
Right place, right time. You know, opportunistic.
Yep.
Smart. You gotta have a little bit of everything. You some showmanship. So
I
that
think
people
media
come
training
back.
would do a lot for someone too. You know what I mean? Especially like obviously having a publicist, but like if you if you know how to like speak correctly, and, like with etiquette and like politely, I feel like that does a lot for you know what I mean. With one's reputation, well spoken.
Well spoken is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you conduct yourself
if
in
you're
the
very
room.
articulated. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Are you coming in? Are you coming in hot all the time?
Yep.
Are you getting offended when people give you critique? You got to know how to take the punches.
See, that's it right there, man. No one knows how to take the constructive criticism.
You got to take the constructive criticism because
there's
a million different opinions out there. There's a million different opinions out there, and are you willing to take it on the chin and just be like, hey, I can get better? Because there's always room for growth. No matter who you are, there's always room. I mean, Justin Bieber is growing all the time. Obviously, his videos and his production has gotten better. That's growth. You know what I mean? So, like, from the days of him singing Baby to now being, like, the person that's saying, like, basically being in a Drake video the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, he's gone through this growth. We've watched the transition in real time, you know what I mean? Like Britney Spears, we watched all these people in real time. Those people have to deal with the most, obviously, critique, but they can't even. I don't even imagine them looking at the internet.
I mean, look at the song Peaches. You know what I mean? That's the first time he ever talked about weed ever, and you know what I mean? You could tell like like he was cool. You know what I mean?
Right,
chill,
right.
But like that's the first time he really talked about like you know what I mean? Like the counterculture or like culture. You know, in today's society, just like something like marijuana, like you know what I mean, being embraced like that. With him, his superstar status, like. He
has to apologize for all that little stuff.
I
man.
bet because so many kids are impressionable to what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like literally, like there's so many people that are listening to what he's saying, and that maybe they read too much into it, or they don't understand that most of this. You know what I mean? It could be a facade, or you know what I mean? It could just make it look hard or cool, but you know, it's all about how you interpret it.
For sure, man. It's cool seeing somebody like that take control of their life too, man. Because you saw moments where. You know, Bieber was off the rails, and then you saw moments where Britney was off the rails, and you know, seeing him get back on track, man. Like we always want that you know that happy story ending. So it's like, you know, we don't want a car crash at the end of the thing. We want you know we want to make sure that like people like that, obviously, you know. Somebody like Bieber, bro, like can't live a normal life. Like I remember watching Britney Spears. It was like some TMZ thing or something, and she was just trying to get Mickey D's, bro. She was just in the drive-thru, and there was like paparazzi everywhere, and like she was so sweet. All she was like was, do you mind stepping aside so I can read the board? Like I'm trying to I'm trying to buy something.
Your lights are blinding me. Like
I mean, like he's literally standing in front of the menu board, and she's just super sweet. Like, hey, do you mind stepping aside so I can see what I need to order? But it's like imagine doing that, man. Where like you couldn't even go to a McDonald's without somebody putting a camera.
Your threshold has to be so high. Like look at Kanye. You know what I mean? He's been polite, but then now you're seeing him like you know what I mean? Now like. You know what I mean? Just like lashing out just because he needs to, you know what I mean, balance that out. I couldn't imagine, you know what I mean, being followed by paparazzi 24/7.
Did you get a chance to watch his first episode of his trilogy?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I haven't able to watch Genius yet. I really wanna. I wanna be able to dissect it, and I wanna be able to watch it a couple times, and I wanna like.
So there's 3 parts. There's only 1 part out. So you might as well, because I think the next part definitely comes out in the next day or so.
Okay.
So yeah, watch that first one, man, and then the second one will follow, and then the third one will come a week after that. But it's really intriguing, man, because even at like 19 years old, you know, like he was on a pedestal already, bro, and like these record labels. They played with him. You know, they didn't want him to be the rapper. They wanted to keep you. They kept saying, "Hey, we're gonna sign you. We're gonna sign you as a rapper," because that's what.
Producer.
Well, that was Kanye wanted. He wanted to be the rapper. He was like, you know, I'm producing all this stuff, but I can rap too. And so he kept telling everybody like, I want to get signed, and they kept dragging him along, bro. Even Rockefeller.
Yeah, Jay-Z told him no. He's like, get better. Like, this ain't it.
And so he finally ended up signing him, you know. But there was like this one dude like from this Raucous Music who was trying to get him signed, and like Raucous ended up passing on Kanye, And the dude was like, look, man, I wanted you so bad. I think you're a genius. I think this is going to go long. And I'm sorry that my record label didn't see it.
Yep.
But it's crazy, man, because, you know, he's got it, even at 19, 20 years old, like he's got it in his head that he's going to be the biggest artist in the world. And he's smart, bro. He's like, look, he's like, people don't get it. You can stand next to Jay-Z. You don't have to beat him. You can stand next to him and be just as good. You don't have to try to beat him.
Right.
And so, like, it's a shame now seeing where Kanye is now from where he was 15 years ago, because all that stuff piles on, and once you start bringing the stuff into fruition, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to be the best, and once you become the best, you need more, right? And like,
it's almost like, I told you so, but still people won't give you your flowers, you know what I mean?
Won't give you your flowers, bro. And now, like, the only thing that he cares about is the family, bro. But like, you're so intertwined with being the best, being the best, being the best, and your family's going, hey, we're sitting right here waiting for you, bro. You know, and now, you know, somebody slides in and just takes her out for pizza, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about the dropping off a truck with all this it's not like you know, a truck dropping off 2,000 roses. That doesn't impress her, bro. Like, she's got the cash to do that. Like, she wants that normality, man. She wants to be able to go to Chuck E. Cheese and you know, jump around in the balls and be a part of that, like, normality. Those are things that she can't get, right? Like, and that's what you got to understand, man. Is like, sometimes the grass is greener where at the own fucking crib, man.
Yeah, literally.
You know,
you
so
don't gotta look far, man. Sometimes it's really just right in front of you, but it's just like what we talk about perspective, man. Like, once you see it through someone's eyes and you just have that empathy, I think you know what I mean, the whole the thought process would just change. You'll understand, you know what I mean, how it's like bigger than you and I. It's like in the whole world. Like, once you become selfless, like, I feel like so much more things start to open, so many more portals, and you know what I mean, opportunities, and just like, you know what I mean? It's just how the universe works, man. You really gotta. It's like the law of equal exchange. You really gotta give back if you want to get something in return.
For sure, man.
I totally agree.
I definitely believe in that karma thing, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, whether like, you got to put that energy out in the world and get it back, man. Because, you know, 10 times out of 10, if you're a dickhead to people, man, like, you're not gonna get far, bro.
Oh, no,
like, it's gonna end up falling back in your face, dude.
I call that like Icarus. You know what I mean? He flew too close to the sun, got burnt. You know what I mean? Too many people have like that. Oh, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. I'm the shit. But when you shoot yourself, you know what I mean, in the foot, and you walk around like, why you wonder why you got soggy socks. You know what I mean? Like, people don't realize they put their foot in their mouth, but then want to get upset because they're getting treated differently. Like, you know, you did that to yourself. You're your own, like, Achilles heel. Like, if you look
for sure, man. People sabotage their own lives, man. They don't even realize it, man. You know, that you know, woe me thing, bro. Like, I went through that woe me thing. Like, when I got assaulted, dude, and when I lost half my ear, and I went through 5 eye surgeries, and, you know, I felt like people stopped talking to me, right? Like, I felt like I was having conversations and they were just looking at me going, damn, bro, like, that's fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it was it wasn't until, like, my buddy was like, bro, you got to snap out of it,
So
like, this whole
you
world
felt like
thing.
you lost, like, a bit of your identity?
For sure, bro, for sure. And that, but the thing was, it actually, like gave me an identity, which is the crazy thing, man. Like, I went from, you know, this person that, you know, I was just a clothing designer trying to make my own lane, and then I got thrown a curveball that really just messed me up physically, right? Like, I can't see out of my whole left side of my face. Like, my right side is fucked up too, because I've got a half a ear. So it's like for me, like, you know, being this person that's always been very fashionable and very like self-oriented on making sure that I look good, like, it threw me for a whirl, bro, where I was like, damn, man, like, I'm never gonna look the same. You know, like, how many people, you know, have to wear an eye patch every single day of their life, bro? You know, so for me, like, it really put me in like a woe me, like, you know, and that was just because, like, I felt like everybody maybe felt sorry for me at the time. And maybe so that put me in that mode where, like,
you can
I
throw
felt
your own
sorry
pity
for
party, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Once you embrace it, you know what I mean?
And that is the worst thing to do, is to throw yourself your own pity party. And I went through it, man, and it wasn't until my boy Nick Ellis was like, bro, you gotta snap out of it, man.
Nick Ellis.
Like this whole woe me thing, bro. He's like nobody gives a shit. He's like, you can't get mad. You got to get better.
Yeah.
And, like, when he said that, man, like, something snapped in my head. So I got better, bro. I taught myself how to do everything. And you've been doing the same thing the past 2 years. I've seen it, man. Like Like if you don't know a word, like I know you're the type of dude that'll just you'll look it up and you'll learn that word and then you'll try to figure out how to use it in your day to day.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's the mentality that you have to have, bro. And to get from this moment where we're all just local and trying to become more, like you've got to do that. You've got to do that extra research, and you got to get up a half hour earlier before the next person. And you got to go to bed half hour later than that other person.
Yep.
You know, and it really seems like that's what you're doing to get to that point, man. So shout out to you, bro, because I've seen you grow a lot. I've known you for maybe 6-7 years, but just within the past 2 to 3, I really have seen you grow into your own. Like, and you've been this same person, but now you're appreciating the body that you're in, right? Yeah. Which is it's a hard thing to do, man, because a lot of us. John Mayer's got a quote. He says he's bigger than my body gives me credit for. Yeah. Which, you know, that's a true quote, man, because, you know, we're stuck in these little vessels, bro, and it's like, you know, some people get stuck with obesity, some people get stuck with being shorter, but like all you got to do is just like take care of your own vessel, man, and then, you know, treat it as your own and double down on what you're good at, bro.
Make the most of it. That's where I'm at. Like, it's you're really just living, like, I think of it as like a video game. You got a character, you got to go through these different obstacles to reach whatever finish line, then you go to a new finish line, whatever. And I look at it as like, all right, I've got a challenge in front of me, whether that's me trying to help the brand grow, me trying to put on a show, me just trying to raise my daughter, whatever the challenge is in front of me. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna make the most of it. I'm gonna utilize every minute, every second of every day. Like, and I just go about it. I'm just gonna navigate, because I mean, I have so many like things in my head all the time, and my brain doesn't ever stop.
We gotta war with each other.
I don't ever really get bored when people are like, I'm bored. I'm like, bored. Yeah. Bored. What are you bored about? Like,
there's so much stuff to do.
Like literally the other day I was talking to someone on the levee that hangs out, and he's like, man, I'm just so bored. It's a slow day. And I was like, man, when I'm bored, you know what I do? I go on my Dropbox, I upload a picture, and I edit it, and I send it to that artist. That's what I do. I do it all the time. All the time. But like literally, it's just a regular thing. I'll edit it. Takes me 5 minutes, and I send it to them. They get a little piece of content. I fix my like time of like openness, I guess you could say, and then I move on to the next thing.
You're also working on your creativity.
Yeah, true, exactly, and it's one of those things where I just utilize the time of my day, regardless of the physicality I was gifted with, whatever, my abilities. I just utilize that time, because I think at the end of the day, that time I can't get it back, so I might as well do something with it.
Well, when it goes with what Jay was saying earlier, like I feel like once you realize that nothing is owed to you. You know what I mean? Like, no one gives a damn about us. Like, so you really just got to invest in yourself, and you just got to, like, make your presence undeniable. You know what I mean? If your workflow is, you know what I mean, so consistent, no one's going to outwork you, then you're eventually going to get to where you want to be.
100%.
You know what I mean? And then from there, you're writing your own history. You know what I mean? Like, and to be an artist and to be a creative is just I'm so grateful for it, because I learned how to acclimate like my mental capacity, my creative capacity. Like, it feels like as soon as I hit like a certain learning curve, I think where it was whenever I really like got over that first fear of investing in myself, because like, you know what I mean, like humans just like, oh, it's not going to work out. I used to be real pessimistic, but I was like, you know what, my back's on the wall, I'm just going to go all in, my chips are on the table, and we're just going to run with it. And from then on, man, like I just saw myself just my shoulders dropping, my you know what I mean, my footsteps becoming lighter, and it just feels like I'm just floating now. Like, when, like, I still have worries, but it's just like, what is there to worry about? You know what I mean? Like,
right. 100%. Totally agree. I feel like your worries come from the insecurities. Yeah. Your worries come from things that you can't control. You can't control. So, right. So, like, I just take all those variables out. I'm like, I can control what's happening on my plate right now. Yep. So I'll edit a photo. I'll make a connection with someone out that's hanging out on the levee. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Come check the store out. If they're just sitting out there, you know, like, it's just creating your own path and allowing other people to step in your lane and see what you're about. Because they're not doing that. Maybe it'll open their eyes, and before you know it, maybe they're the next big content creator because you have shown them your light. You know what I mean? It's all about your energy and
it's
spreading it.
It's a ripple, man.
Ripple effect, 100%. I totally agree.
For real, man. You can really just, you know what I mean, change the outcome of any situation just by indirectly doing something. You may not even realize, you know what I mean, consciously that you're doing it, but you are. You know what I mean? just by what Jay, with the brand, your guys' brand, you know what I mean? It's so lively. It's very, I would say, hip hop with the graffiti letters and everything. Like, you know what I mean? You're gonna have so many people bite your guys' style, but you know what I mean? You want that because imitation, is the most sincere form of flattery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you did it first,
we've talked about that.
They're going to know that. Like
Yeah.
they're going to know like where it really came from. Like
imitation. Yep, 100%. It is one of those things where if people are like copying you, we talked about NFTs and stuff and everything like that, and like string capping things, but that is the ultimate form of flattery. They're like, I'm gonna try to take your stuff, I'm gonna put it on my phone and whatnot and everything. Like, but like, hey, welcome, come on the board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know about us now. You're gonna share it to the world. That's cool with us.
I've had people take my presets in the studio, or like certain cadences, or even like my connections. It feels like a couple years ago I would just like, you know what I mean, just like everyone's piggybacking off my success, but I'm like, well, I mean, that's going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Just look how the world's ran. Like, like there's nothing that I can do to control about it. I can't be the one that's like complaining about it. Like, oh, you guys are already copying my style. That just looks lame. You know what I mean? That's not what a leader would do. A leader would just take the bull by the horns and just like, just run with it, man.
Double down, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Double down.
Do what they can't
leader
do.
leads, doesn't demand.
Yeah,
a leader
exactly.
leads, doesn't demand. That's if you're demanding, you're gonna have people kind of like back off, like, hey, I don't know if I feel comfortable here. They're walking on eggshells.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want people walking on eggshells.
Never, man.
You want them walking on a nice, comfortable spot. Lead them to wherever they got to go. I think leadership's it's really hard to lead because you have to recognize that they're critiquing you. They're critiquing you right as you critique, you may have the talent, but the people that you're leading are critiquing you as well, and they're looking and watching everything you do.
Yeah.
Because the people that are following, they may be just as smart. They're just not as experienced. They may not have the same trajectory that you've gone, the path, and you have to remember they've got ideas to bring to the table as well.
That's it.
And if you bring it and they bring it, before you know it, that collaboration within your own team. Dude, you're shooting for the stars, man. You're really you're really taking it to the next level because you recognize people are doing. There's more in this head that we can even rationalize.
Yeah.
That's going on in our own head, his head, your head. Like, there's so much going on here that may not ever be vocalized. It's just in there, right?
Yeah.
It's just in there, and you can't see into it. And you can't even you don't even know what's going on. What struggles they've dealt with that they've overcome.
Yeah.
You just at this point, real time. And a leader recognizes that they have strengths.
Yeah,
and
we do a lot of that here, man. We we have a lot of people. We have a lot of people that come in who want to have a clothing line or want to start a clothing line. And so
how do I begin? Like,
right. And for us, man, instead of us going, we'll figure it out yourself.
Right.
We help them out,
Show
man.
where the watering hole is.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
if I can cut 5 years off of trial and error for somebody, and get them on the right path, I'm all for it, bro. And I'm so confident in what we're doing, and I'm so confident that I haven't even gotten close to my artistic skill yet when it comes to the clothing industry, but I'm so far ahead of the Midwest, man. Like, I feel like my steps are 5 years ahead of everybody else. So if I can help anybody,
100%. I feel that too.
I'm 100% for helping them, and it doesn't scare me. And all it does is just motivate me to do better. Because if we, bro. Okay, so there's a guy. He's probably not watching, man. He's on Instagram. His name's Dylan. Right now, I met this kid forever ago, bro. He popped in my original store. He didn't even. I think he popped in on a bike when I first met him, out of Dayton, Kentucky. But he wanted a clothing line, and he was like, "Man, I got this thing called Easy Co Apparel."
Oh yeah, I know that dude.
Yeah, bro, and he's getting good at his craft, bro.
The plug little logo and stuff.
Yeah, does a plug logo. He does a lot of artistic, a lot of graffiti on his clothes and stuff.
Dylan.
Like a lot of like one-of-a-kind pieces, which is exactly what I did in the very beginning, man. I would take clothes and deconstruct them and then paint them, and then I would sell them as one-offs.
Oh yeah.
And I was selling like jeans for like $125, back when I first started this thing. But that would take me like a week or two to like design some
before
shit.
Cut and Some was as popular as it is now.
Yeah. But he's doing the same thing, man. And like to see somebody like him who he came to me and say, "Hey, I want to start a clothing brand." And now I see from time to time like it's popping up more on my Instagram, like the work that he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's fire, bro.
Yep.
It's super fire. And I'm so happy and excited for him, dude, because you know, he found his groove, and you know, he hasn't come back time and time again to try to suck the well dry on ideas. Like, he's just stuck with his own, just like you, bro, just stuck in his own lane, you know, and didn't let anybody break him.
No,
and now he's at the point where he's putting out fire clothes.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see him again, bro, because it's been years, and this dude's gotten so much better at his craft, and he's really, you know, people come in here and they go, I want to be a clothing designer.
Right.
And it's like, that's cool, man. That's cool, because, you know, you've got good ideas. You've got 2 good ideas for a T-shirt, right? Like, if I had $10 for every time somebody goes, hey, put this on a shirt, you'll make $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, like I'd be a millionaire at the $10
they come in
charge.
all the time. How much it costs to print on that? I got $1 million idea.
Yeah.
That's what I hear all the time. Like, the DTG's not up right now, man. And they're like, oh, I'll come in Monday. I got $1 million idea. I promise you. Yeah. I'm like, show me what you got. He's like, well, I don't got it right here,
show
but
me what you got.
I got it. I'm like, all right, man. And they come in all the time, no matter the time of day. They'll come in and check out the store and want to put their idea on paper. But like you said, like, there's a million ideas out there, and at the end of the day, you just have to you have to bet on yourself. So, like, these people that are wanting to come in here and, like, you know, use this as a frame of reference, I guess you could say, they haven't put in that time yet.
Yep.
They're at the beginning, the infant stages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're all supportive of going to that next level, but they've got to put the time in, got to put the work in. If they rise to the top quickly, great for them. But I mean, it takes years to become an overnight success, which we've talked about that before. And it's not something you can just do. You just have to let your talent shine, and you have to put yourself out there to the masses. If they take it, they take it. If not, you move on to your next idea. Like, it's never ending.
I think as soon as we realize is, like, you know what I mean, humans, like, when people want to live vicariously through you, and, like, you know what I mean, like that, like, you literally, like, it's like a spyglass. You don't even realize it. You know what I mean? Like, they're so impressionable that, you know what I mean. Like, well, I was saying, like, you can be doing something you don't even realize how important it is, but through anyone else's eyes, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing so much, but we don't realize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have a perfect example there. So prior to this, I was playing in a band, doing my thing, in metal rock band kind of world, and it was a great time, and I love it. I appreciate all the Ocean Grid fans out there. Shout out to y'all, because they still hit me up. They've bought thousands of native merch at this point.
Ooh, shouts to the homies.
Yeah, for sure. They've spent their money. Ocean Grid fans have followed through. It's awesome. But so some of the bands that we played with growing up, I would just do certain things on stage growing up, you know, like in the scene, whatever, and I would try to be unique each and every show. Like, I tried to make everything original performance, whether it was a speech I gave, because I gave speeches a lot on stage.
Yeah.
You know, it's my soapbox, my opportunity, so I talk. But then a couple of bands really, like, followed through. And one guy had, like, the courage to come up to me, and he's in a pretty big band now locally, and he's like, man, I literally do exactly what you do. He's like, you don't even realize
like
it.
Copies
he's
his
like,
shit.
He's like, I loved everything you ever did on stage and everything. He's
it's
like,
a template.
He's like, I really took what you did, and I'm just doing it my own way, right?
We
he's like,
the blueprint.
Right. He's like, but I give you all the credit, man.
That's good.
And I was like, and he had the courage to tell me that.
Yeah,
and I was like, man.
No one ever
like,
says that.
Yeah. Like, I was like, dude, that's a great feeling. He's
Shout
like,
out to the homie.
right, for sure. Shout out to him for sure. And he knows if he hears this, he'll know who I'm talking about. And he's just a great dude. But, like, his band's doing really, really well. They're killing it. Every show's sold out, like, locally and stuff. Like, they're awesome. But he just came. He's like, man, I watched you for so long. He's like, I was playing bass in a band, which is where I came from as well.
Yep.
The bass guitar, and, like, eventually became a front man. And I just did certain things that, you know, I pick out the dude in the room that doesn't have anyone around him. I bring him up, give him the mic, let him do this, let him do that part. Like, give it away. Go ahead and scream your heart out, man. Sing your heart out.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, it's no sweat off my back, and he's having the time of his life. We're all winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people that recognize that and they do the same thing. It's a small validation, but I'll take it to heart, man, because, like, I just thought of it on the whim when I first did. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna choose that kid. He's standing around nobody. He's literally have no friends around him. I'm gonna give him that mic. Give him the mic. as soon as I gave him the mic, he went to town screaming, doing his own thing, and I'm like on stage, like, this kid's really, really good. Like, he should be on the stage right now performing with a band. And some of these guys
created that moment for him, man.
Exactly, and it's a lifelong moment, and life's long, man. I'm gonna be old and gray, and you know, he's gonna be old and gray, and he's gonna be thinking about those opportunities that he got, and I was just able to provide a one moment. Doesn't matter. Didn't affect the show. I didn't make more money. The band didn't do better. He just had his time. You know what I mean? And like, it just really impacts me, man.
Have you heard AI's music before? He's a screamo, bro. Like this little guy's got the craziest
pipes,
demonic like voice, man. It's insane. Like it comes from like the deep in the diaphragm,
like grindcore type shit.
I mean, I can do grindcore, but I don't. I was more like I'm like a mid-level screamer. I like to keep it my same. I like to have my tone of my voice in it. I like to put a little voice to what I'm doing. A little bit of.
Did you ever compare yourself to Chester Bennington?
A little. We have a little bit of tone similarities.
He's a lot more pitched.
A lot of yelling. A lot of yelling with it. I can yell. I can do all
yours,
that.
Yours is more of a, which is strange. Yours is more bassy, right? Like yours has more of like that. That deepness.
I tried to bring it deep.
And then Chester's is like a higher pitched, but it still has that like that very long like that's got to hurt your throat, bro. At the end of the day, like you
have to do it. So
practice.
There's a way to properly do it. So like
stretch your vocal cords beforehand.
It's all through your larynx. Okay, so like you know how babies can scream endlessly?
No, I haven't had that experience yet.
Well, you know babies can cry, right? And they cry, and people can't get them to like shut up, whatever. So babies cry and scream from the same place that screamers actually do their vocals.
Wow.
It never affects your actual vocals.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you talk and you sing. It doesn't affect anything, and you do it right from your larynx. You do it. Use your diaphragm. You got to make sure you're doing it from there. You're not doing no chest voice. You don't want to do chest voice. Obviously, if you're rapping and singing, chest is okay. But like, chest will really hurt you. But if you do it from your diaphragm and you keep that airflow coming through your larynx, it won't affect anything. I can talk, speak.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then a humidifier if you need to like at the end of your set to make sure you can like keep the liquid in there.
Humidifier.
Yeah, I had 2 humidifiers.
Oh, speaking of, bro, real quick, man, shout out to Miggs. There's this band called Miggs. Don Miggs is a phenomenal music artist. He travels around the United States. I think he's on tour with Candlebox right now. But
I love Candlebox.
This dude swears up and down by this little thing he had on his tour bus, bro. It was like this big, and all he does is he takes a Fiji bottle and spins it on top. And so, you take like a 20-ounce Fiji bottle, turn upside down, it turns into a humidifier. They've got them at Aldi's right now for $15, bro. So you can basically like, it's a little mini humidifier.
It's a travel humidifier.
And then you can just take whatever 20-ounce bottle you have, flip it upside down, twist it on there, and now you got your own little mini humidifier. But he swore by that because he's a lead singer and I mean Don he's somebody I'd love to get on the podcast too, bro, because he's played with some major people, bro. Like I remember he gave me tickets. He was on tour at Maroon 5, opening up for Maroon 5.
That's awesome.
And they gave me tickets to their Dayton show out there. So we're just kicking it, like, and you know how it is, like when you're backstage or whatever, like you don't want to you never want to be that person. You never want to ask for autograph. You never want to do any of that stuff. So it's like we're just hanging back there. Like I'm just glad that Don likes us like that. So he brought us back there and gave us tickets and everything. So it's like it's Don's time. It's not Maroon 5's time. It's Miggs, right? Like we're here for Miggs. So But shout out to those guys, man. They Don Miggs and the crew, bro. They're incredible, man. I'd love to get those guys down here for sure. They played at the Thompson House a couple times, or the Southgate House back when it was the Southgate House.
Yeah. So. I mean, the thing about like humidifiers and stuff preparation for shows and whatever, it's body health. It's health. You're using your body. It's your instrument, right? Mm-hmm. Like your voice is your instrument. It's just as much as guitars, tuning, and everything. So I always looked at it as I invested in a couple humidifiers. We did a little tour, and then we played with a couple of bigger bands, and these bands all swore by the humidifier, just like he would. these guys know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to be willing to listen.
Yeah.
You can't be like, all right, like I'm in front of my idol.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, what is my idol doing that I'm not doing?
Yeah.
Right,
You know,
right,
like idol per se, but like, what is the guy that I'm looking up to? What is he doing like that I'm not doing?
Right.
So when I ask them, and they all say humidifier, they all say vocal rest for 12 hours.
Or
some of these guys don't talk for 12 hours.
Don't talk, bro.
Don't say one word for 12 hours. That's commitment.
Damn. I've been at bars with G Love and Special Sauce. You know who he is?
Yeah.
So G Love, shout out to him, bro. Like he's phenomenal. Actually, I think he's coming to town here soon.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's
good.
So Jack Johnson, you know who Jack Johnson is. He got Jack Johnson into music, bro.
Damn.
And like and G Love is he's way more OG than Jack is, but Jack surpassed him in the music industry for sure.
Yeah.
But G, man, like we've been out to places where like we'll go, like he'll perform, and then we'll go to the club afterwards, and he just won't even open his mouth, bro. Like just nope. Like music's on anyways, so if I'm gonna talk, it's gonna be loud.
Yep.
So zip it. Like I'll nod my head and I'll shake my head, but like
dedication, man.
yeah, like
discipline.
I mean when you're touring every day, bro. Like when you've got like 2, 3, 4. Actually, those guys they're doing 5-6 gigs a week. You know what I mean? They're getting the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays.
100%. Yeah. If you're on that level, you're doing every day of the week.
For sure.
Yeah,
especially on a national tour when you're just like trying to scrape up as much cash as you can. Like $700 on a Tuesday is $700 on a Tuesday. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be way more than that, but like man, like tour life is tough, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been a part of it. Yeah, but I can see how quickly shit can deplenish, right? Because you got to pay for everybody, everyone, and that was something that you were talking about earlier that I wanted to reiterate, which is like it's so hard for you to have somebody else believe in your dream, right? Like you want to be the biggest rapper in Cincinnati, and eventually you want to be the biggest. You want to be on MTV. You want to be the whole nine, right? But like, there's so many years of people saying nope. Okay, yeah. No, I like Wolf. I like Wolf. No, he's dope. No, I fuck with him. Like there's years of that. What we were talking about of blood, sweat, and tears of coming overnight success, and it's years of getting shot down and not getting on the bill and not getting these things. So when you finally get those moments, it's strictly because you haven't given up on who you are as a human being, man. And like shout out to you for that, because that those are moments, especially when you're in the lane that you are, man. Like you're in a lane that's urban based, right? And you're a Northern Kentucky rapper, and you've got this style that is so eccentric that no one else rocks it, right? But you are who you were 6 years ago, but now you've got 6 more years of knowledge under your belt with you being the same person, bro. You haven't changed your MO for anybody, and that's gonna make you so much stronger down the road. If they don't break you, it's only gonna make you stronger. And as cliche as that is to say, like Jack Harlow, bro. I've had people telling me about Jack Harlow for 8 years, and they're like, "Yo, you need to send this kid some clothes. You need to send this kid some clothes. He's dope." And I'm thinking, I don't know him.
Right.
I haven't heard of him. Right. Yeah. So now all of a sudden he's the biggest artist. He's a superstar, bro. Yeah. And not only is he a superstar, he's one of those people that you want to bet on because he is so dope and he's such a good human being that you're like, damn, I wish he would rock my clothes. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wish he would be a part of the journey. So it's like, so for people like you, man, like I love seeing the fact that you haven't changed for anybody and you didn't let anybody beat you down.
Thanks, man.
And you're getting better in your craft, bro. I was just told that you're the one that made this flyer too, right?
Oh no, I didn't make the flyer.
You just printed them?
Oh yeah, I printed the flyers. Yeah.
Okay, but that's legwork, bro. That's legwork. That's legwork. That other people aren't trying to do, man.
Right. Yeah, and we recognize. I mean, Madison Theater knows there exists. We had a meeting. Talked about it. We talked about all of it, and they recognize, man. They know who's pulling out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we talked about slots. You're gonna get in the slot you want. Like otherwise, everyone else fills in.
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I've reached out to everybody, and who puts the time in is going to get it back. And like, they may not know what they're involved in because we brought the show to start. I had a couple ideas for the date and stuff. Turned out that you were the anchor for the show per se. I mean, an anchor doesn't mean any of these artists are any less great.
Right,
it's just an anchor is it's just you're the anchor for the show. Right. So nothing against anyone. It's just their time's next. Right. So you might be on that show too. Who knows? But like, it's just one of those things where you take initiative, and you're doing so right now. Like, you're real time printing stuff up. You're doing legwork. You're going to places.
You're coming out of pocket. You're coming out of pocket, which is believing in your own
self. My first
Right.
merch line, like my hoodies, like
Yes.
It feels good just because knowing that I'm transparent and like, you know what I mean, just being myself. And like, that's one word I've really been saying lately, just transparency, man. If I can be myself and then, you know what I mean, not hide from anything and just show people that I am just myself, and then like people are going to like, at one point just be like, okay, like I'm going to give dude a chance just because like you bust your ass that long and you like, especially if you ain't getting anywhere, but if you just keep on going, man, it's like a Cinderella story. You know what I mean? It's not an overnight success. You know what I mean? Like, for those who really are paying attention, like I've been grinding, you know what I mean, my ass
grinding
off.
all my life.
Yeah, for real, grinding all my life, man. Nipsey Hussle shit.
Dude,
that's some monumental stuff, man. Like, I used to listen to that song back in the original store.
RP Nip, man.
Like the original. You know what's crazy? I actually had some lady came in the other day and said that she's been buying my clothes since I've been making it out of my living room. That's ill, bro.
Yeah,
that's super
that's
ill.
Love, man.
Because
did you know who she was? She just like came and ran them.
No, I didn't. Yeah,
because there's always people buying early that you may not know.
I mean, for sure.
Know,
like, obviously, if it was somebody that's been a close friend of mine, it wouldn't mean as much as somebody that came in and I didn't know. And she's like,
if you don't know, that's OG.
I've been buying stuff since you've been. Because I remember, bro, like printing out of like literally, like I got my big TV here. And when I say big TV, it was a projector. So it was a 14-foot TV. There was nothing on that side of the room. So I put my heat press right in front of it. And I had a roommate, Dominique, at the time. Shout out to Dom. And Kaylin, bro. So, like, we'd be sitting in the living room, bro, just watching TV. And I'm just heat pressing stuff right out of the living room, man. Like dog hair, the whole nine. Like,
dog.
Yeah, man. Bro,
those elements.
I know all
those are moments, man. You know, Matthew Mansfield. Shout out to Matt. He's a phenomenal photographer. He travels around the world now to photograph shit. He was just in like Africa, dude. Like he was literally filming like a leopard eating a fucking gazelle.
Damn, on a safari.
Like where it was like a camera, bro. This dude needs his own reality show for real, because like it was like flashlights. Like you're that close to him, whether it's a flashlight like on this leopard eating this gazelle, and he's just filming the shit like there where like they could be attacked at any time. But like I remember dropping a hoodie off to him. And he was like, yo, he like texted me. He's like, yo, the hoodie's super dope, bro. But like, what's with all this dog hair? You know? And I'm like, yo, my bad, bro. Like, had the dog in the car, like, try to make some excuse. But really, it was like, you know, you got to act as if, bro. Like, like, you know, I was printing stuff literally out of my house. So I'm like taking it and setting it on the couch. Man. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of trapping out of the trunk, I sold stuff out of the trunk of the car to Coach Bombay.
Ooh.
To Amelia Estevez,
Ducks fly together, man.
And that's why he's a big fan of the brand. We prayed together. Like I know there's something above us. I don't know if it's God. I don't know if he's black, white, if he's an alien, but I do know that there's a bigger purpose out there, right? Yeah. And I gave up the day before Amelia Estevez showed up in my car. Mm-hmm. Like I broke down at Kaylin. I was like, I can't do it anymore, man. The L's are they hurt too much. When it's only you, they're massive, bro, because you've got nobody to blame but yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Like it was my mistake. I fucked up, especially when you got money on the line. Like I had it was only like $600 I put towards like this graffiti piece, but like nobody showed up to the event.
Yep.
Not only that, it was like my grand finale with Procter & Gamble. So I was like hoping that like there would be this big ending event where Procter & Gamble was like, yo, this dude's so dope, let's not let him go.
Right.
Nobody showed up to the event except for like Sal and a couple other people. Like I got a picture, bro. Sal, Chow, There was a couple like real OGs that showed up. Brad Humphreys came in.
Nice.
But there was it was enough to break my soul, bro. Where I was like, I can't do it anymore. Like, cried to my wife, girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Next day, sitting, it's hurts my heart thinking about it, man.
Yeah. It's personal.
So next day, I just pulled all the clothes out of the store, and I'm sitting there like right in front of the store, writing this fake ass thank you
like letter,
for everyone that showed up. I had a great time last night. The grand finale was amazing, and in my heart, I'm like, I'm done. Like I'm over. And all of a sudden, I hear this little knock on the door, bro. Just right on the little window, and I look over, and it's Stephanie, the girl that's running the Preneur, which is the Procter and Gamble store. She just points over, and it's Emilio Estevez, and he's like, what are you doing, dude?
Emilio.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, I'm just packed up the store. He's like, I bought a hat yesterday, and my family loves it, and I'm here to buy more, but it's all in your car. And I'm like, yeah, bro, give me a second. So I popped open the trunk, and like Stephanie went back inside. So I'm pulling out stuff out of like the stuff. I literally like, I'm at like, it was basically like going to like a Planet Fitness and setting up, and then like grabbing it all, putting it in the back of your car where it's all just, it's all thrown together.
Combined,
and shit. And he was over there like, man, I need some of these hats. Like, I've got, like, my mom wants it, my dad wants it. He's talking about Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen. He's like, bro, like, my mom wants a zip up. Yeah, and so I tell him, I'm like, bro, like, you couldn't have come at a stranger time, bro. Like, I gave up 12 hours ago.
Damn, it was damn near a miracle.
Yeah, like, he literally, like gave me a hug and prayed, bro. Like, hug me and, like, let's bring it in. Let's pray.
Right.
It's like, holy shit, dude. Like, there's something bigger out there.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
Something bigger. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's a bigger purpose out there, and there's somebody saying, like, keep going, bro. Keep going. Just don't.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
I've played shows when we were popping off as a band when we were doing our thing, but I've played shows that have had moments where all like the work and all the stuff you've gone through, like I was at Madison Theater Night having a meeting about your show on Friday, and the intern, there's a new intern there, and he's hearing us out and stuff, and he's kind of hip hop rap world himself. He's kind of like figuring it out. He's 20 years old, youngin', doing his thing. But I'm telling my story, and in Madison Live, where we at Friday, I had the best show that I've ever had. And like, don't get me wrong, I was an intern there. I did my thing. Yeah. But it just happened to be that room at the time. Yeah. We opened for this larger band, and we got on the show because of my internship and whatnot. But in that night, at the end of our set, we would have the drummer just do the drums and let the crowd try to sing. Oh yeah. And we thought maybe like
call
10,
back.
Exactly. Yeah. We'd have them do the chorus.
Yep.
And we thought maybe like 10, maybe 20 people might sing along with it.
Half the room are singing
dude,
along.
The whole room.
Yeah.
Whole room knew all the words,
That's
dude.
Awesome,
there was probably 80 to 100 people that knew all the words.
That's a great
And
feeling,
me and like the other vocalists, we had two frontmen technically, and we were just looking at each other like, man, what's happening? I look back at the drummer, I'm like, and he's like
keep it going, man.
That's when we know you got a good song, bro. When like the crowd ends it.
They're all singing every word, and like it's just, and they have their lighters up, and what did I do to deserve this? And like I'm just sitting there, I'm like, my mouth's, I'm like trying not to cry, kind of low key, and like we've been struggling trying to keep things together. Yeah. It's hard to keep musicians in a group. You know what I mean? It's a hard world,
bro. It's
a hard world.
This is gonna be the next song, just like that, bro. You're already humming it earlier, man. So, Wolfmane, I'm sorry that we weren't able to play your Hibiscus video, man. But I wanted to do a little.
Let's do it
next week. I'm gonna figure out how to tie sound into this so we can. So when we go live on Instagram, it's all dropped right in there. But this is actually a Wolfmane song, Hibiscus. You can find it on YouTube. Can you buy it on social platforms?
Yeah, you can get it on all streaming, all DSPs, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon Music.
Dope.
It's everywhere.
Dope.
Yeah.
You can listen to it on Spotify too?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Oh shit! There it is,
It's a
bro.
banger, man. It's a banger.
Yeah.
It's one of the catchiest songs I've heard in a long time.
So AI was actually humming this earlier. Man. Here you go.
That's awesome.
I put the man on here so you listen.
somebody. I've been focused, I've been grinding, I've been shaking dead weight on me. Came up selling Molly, I'm a hustler, yeah, I'm about it. Find me bathing in the sun, so they never throwing shade on me. I don't need nobody, cause I'ma be somebody. I've been focused, I've been grinding, I've been shaking dead weight on me. Came up selling Molly, I'm a hustler, yeah, I'm about it. Find me bathing in the sun, so they never throwing shade on me. Look at my neck and how I glisten. I'm respecting, I'ma get it. Part of playing stars and bands. I'm too fresh like hired bitches. In the sky like flight attendant. She can tell my vibe is different. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One thing about me, I ain't never been afraid. They can play me like a punk. They can call me on my name. I really do this, little boy, just check the blueprint. They treat me like a nuisance, cause they know I'm going stupid. All my girls ain't out of reach, grew up close with the hoes. My mama always using bleach, now my soul's getting clean. I'ma roll up on the street, I get stoned on the go. I remember being broke, now some growth is what I see. I'ma be nobody, cause I'ma be somebody. I've been focused, I've been grinding, I've been shaking dead weight on me. Came up selling Molly, I'm a hustler, yeah, I'm about it. Find me bathing in the sun, so they never throwing shade on me. I don't need nobody, cause I'ma be somebody. I've been focused, I've been grinding, I've been shaking dead weight on me. Came up selling Molly, I'm a hustler, yeah, I'm about it. Find me bathing in the sun, so they never throwing shade on me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. All right, man. That song, bro. It's funny because it's like
Jam,
that,
dude.
that beat is so fire that even Andrew can't help but like do this little like baby like like a little 2-year-old
Yeah,
like
dude.
started bouncing like
You just
that.
gotta bounce. You just gotta move with it.
You know what's funny too, man. My dad always told me, bro, if you want to know if the song is good or not, put it in front of a 2-year-old.
Ooh, I like that.
He goes unbiased opinion.
Yeah.
They don't care about the song. They don't care about who's writing it. They don't care about the lyrics. The only thing they care about is how it makes them feel.
Yep.
If you can put a song in front of a 2-year-old and make them bounce and dance, then you've got a hit on your hands.
100%, dude.
Think of if it was that easy, bro. If it was that easy, where all you had to do is just figure
press
out
a
the
2-year-old.
algorithm and press on a 2-year-old to know that society's gonna like the shit.
Maybe that's a secret to the major label stuff. Maybe they
Yeah,
just have a
really.
2-year-old in deck.
I wouldn't
They're like,
doubt
hey,
it, bro.
yeah, like you listen, let the tots.
Your
let the-
interns are here, but like, where's your kids at? Like, bring 'em in,
right.
man.
Let the tots listen and see what happens. You know.
That's funny, man. All right, bro. So this Friday, February, Artists on the Rise showcase, bro, at Madison Live. So it's at Madison Theater,
Yep.
just to the right,
Madison Live,
which
yep.
is, dude, I can't wait for that rooftop to open too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man, I've heard so
April
Yeah, rooftops.
April
about it,
15th
man.
and on. That's when we're gonna go
bro.
live there. Yeah.
I'm gonna book my own show there just to do a fashion show, just so we can get something going, just because I want to utilize that.
100%.
Oh yeah,
area,
that's
man.
dope, man.
So, do you know all of these? Because there's like 6 people on this list right now. Do you know the people that you're on the list
So-
with, or are they just all up and coming artists?
No, they're all up and coming artists. I've heard of 2 of them are. I've heard of one of them per se, but I know a Suicide Rascal. That's a close friend of mine, Kate.
Dope.
Yeah, he makes really introspective music, or you know what I mean. He's just very multidimensional. The same way I see myself. He just just makes his own lane. People are real receptive to it. You know what I mean. He's also in fashion too, so like he just has everything just like underneath like his thumb. Like we I think him and I both have like our pulse, our finger on the pulse in the city. We kind of know like what's popping, what's hot, like you know what I mean, like what's working, what's not, and then just like we're just running with it, man. It's all trial and error, and I honestly wanted to put him on just because I know how much performing means to him. You know what I mean?
Dope, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. All right, bro. Well, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be there on Friday too, bro.
Oh yeah.
So Madison Live, that's on Madison Avenue in Covington, right over there in good old Northern Kentucky, bro. So be a part of it. Doors open at 8, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they will. This show will start about 8:30. So the
Cool.
music will actually start at 8:30. Well, doors will open. Well, actually, the doors open at 7, but we'll have things rolling 8 o'clock. Drinks will be flowing, and people will be feeling pretty good, man.
Awesome,
Yeah.
man. And we're gonna be having some of those Native Band Bass Pro Shop hats on deck as well.
We need them.
Yep.
Hey, so so if you haven't had a chance to cop one of those, there's only 50 of them that are made. So once they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone, man. They're limited, y'all. You better.
49 are
Cop
made
'em,
because Wolfmane's
Yeah,
got one.
I got the one. I got the one. So 49 left.
That's the first one because I don't have any orange in stock.
left,
That was the
man.
only orange one we have.
Appreciate that. Like I said, this hat it just feels good. It looks good. Like I'm not even just like you know what I mean, trying to hype you guys up just because you put me on. That's not how I get down. But I just always felt like some hats just don't fit me or so just look differently, but I really like the way this hat looks, feels, and just, you know what I mean? Just,
my man.
Yeah, your reaction as soon as you put it on is like, okay.
I kept on looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah,
right?
so
yeah.
that's and that,
that's how you know it's real, man.
Right.
So and that's the good thing about us, bro. Like I've been in this lane for a long time.
Yeah.
So the fact that like 99% of the people that look at that hat don't know that that's a 5-panel mesh trucker hat, right? The reason why that hat is so dope is because there's no seam in the center of it.
Yep.
So it goes to a point which makes it a tad bit higher, gives you that trucker feel, that like 90s like Von Dutch style.
Yeah, exactly.
So
the Ed Hardy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bro. So that's what it is, man. It's that 5-panel mesh trucker back.
You definitely got an eye for it, man. I love.
I've only got one on, bro. I got to keep it sharp.
That's what I'm saying. You got an eye, man.
And he's got jokes. Real jokes, real talk.
All right, man. Well, I guess it's gonna end another episode of the PowWow, bro. So if you guys want to see the music video, we're gonna actually tag a link below. So just click on that, so you actually see Chris Wise's film work, as well as that dope ass song, bro. I can't wait to fucking play that. We already play it over and over here in the store, man. But like,
it's gonna be fun to perform it at Madison, man. I can't wait because I feel like a lot of people know that song. You know what I mean? Personally, that's like the one that it's just a bop. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. That's all, hands down it is, man. It's just like, I feel like the lyricism, the first 2 bars, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need anybody because I'm going to be somebody. Like, you know what I mean? I really want people to, like, you know what I mean? Like, to dive deep in that, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's so deep, but it's like, the same time, it's just like, it's not. It's like, it's just what life is, you know what I mean? Like,
making your mark, man.
Yeah,
putting your influence out there.
Thank you, man.
In song form. It's there's nothing greater, man.
I love songwriting, man. Like I just always love songwriting. Just something about being able to create something out now and just feels like a form of alchemy or something. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. I
know
the feeling.
All right, Wolfman, bro. I appreciate you taking time to be a part of this, man. We're gonna see you on Friday at the Madison Live.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And then we're gonna see you on MTV before you know it, bro. I can't wait.
We know it, man. We're gonna get it.
Oh, we out there to the moon, bro. To the moon.
All right, bro. Another episode of the PowWow. This has been about an hour and 40-minute. I mean, we're up there with Joe Rogan hours now, man. Like we could definitely go for another hour, but I had to smooth it over. I gotta go pick up some food for the fam.
Right, I feel you. I'm getting a little hungry too.
All right, everybody. We'll catch you next week on another episode of the PowWow. If you want to be interviewed or if you want something to talk about, comment below. We're actually going to be setting up some interviews for the 4th season of the PowWow coming up. So
beautiful.
Be a part of it. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Well, love y'all.
We're out of here.
Later.
Oh yeah, that was so smooth.
Let's go.